Please turn your attention to the far end of the arena floor and stand, if you are able, for our commencement procession. And please welcome our UMBC Brass Quintet. The procession of graduates is led by Fritzy Charney Merriweather, Students Marshal, and recipient of the 2024 Presidential Distinguished Staff Award for Exempt Staff. She is the Associate Vice President for Administration and Chief of Staff for the Division of Student Affairs. please join me in welcoming the faculty and staff procession. The platform party is led by the Grand Marshal, Nancy Kuzmal, President of the Faculty Senate and Associate Professor of Social Work. The Grand Marshal carries the University Mace, a symbol of presidential authority. Used only on formal academic occasions, UMBC's Mace was commissioned by the Alumni Association for UMBC's 20th anniversary in 1986.
4th commencement exercises of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County will now be in order. Please remain standing for our national anthem, performed by Akelia Bernard. Akelia is graduating today with a degree in music performance with a concentration in voice. Originally from Jamaica, Akelia has been an active leader on campus and looks forward to continuing her journey as a performer and creative professional. Her performance will be accompanied by a presentation of the colors by UMBC's Naval ROTC program. Please remain standing, if you're able, throughout the anthem and until the colors have retired.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. In the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Akelia. That was a wonderful rendition, and thank you to the NROTC. Everyone, please be seated. As we welcome you to UMBC, we wish to acknowledge that UMBC was established upon the land of the Piscataway and Susquehannock peoples. Over time, citizens of many more indigenous nations have come to reside in this region. We humbly offer our respect to all past, present, and future indigenous people connected to this place. Now I am pleased to introduce the 6th president of UMBC, Dr. Valerie Shears Ashby.
Good afternoon. Okay, I heard you all before we came in, so I know you can do better than that. Good afternoon. What an absolute glorious day this is. Before I go further, I want to take a moment to add my thanks to Akelia for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. Let's thank her again. I'd also like to thank our Naval ROTC for the presentation of colors. I want to acknowledge as well that among our graduates today are 6 Army and 7 Naval ROTC members. Upon receiving their degrees, one of these individuals will serve in the Maryland National Guard, one in the Virginia National Guard, and the others will report to active duty in the Army, Navy, and Marine Corps. I thank them. Thank you to these graduates and to their families for their service. Now, on behalf of the entire community, it is my pleasure to officially welcome you to the 84th commencement of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County. In addition to today's undergraduate ceremonies, graduate students were awarded master's and doctoral degrees in a separate ceremony yesterday. This morning, we awarded undergraduate degrees in the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences and the School of Social Work. To the families and friends of our graduates, we are delighted that you have joined us from near and far to honor and celebrate these outstanding students. I also want to welcome the graduating students and family members and friends who are joining us online. Thank you for being a part of today's ceremony. Thank you as well to my fellow campus leaders who are with us today. On the platform are the deans of our colleges and schools, administrative leaders from across the campus, presidents of our shared governance bodies, members of the Commencement Executive Committee, and the recipients of the Presidential Faculty and Staff Awards. Will you please stand and be acknowledged? Thank you. Finally, graduates, I want you to join me in this activity. Please help me thank your family members and friends and faculty and staff members who have helped you to reach this moment. Graduates, I'm going to ask you all to get up, stand up, and applaud these wonderful people who've been a part of your journey. Thank you, graduates, thank you. It is now my pleasure to share a short video with greetings from the 63rd Governor of the State of Maryland, the Honorable Wes Moore.
Hey everybody, on behalf of the people of Maryland, congratulations to the class of 2025. So whether you're a new graduate or returning student, first in your family to attend college, a member of the military, or a professional earning an advanced degree, graduation is an important milestone for lifelong learning. Take all that you have learned and pledge to use it for good. You'll be rewarded for all of your hard work and success from your time here. But I also want you to know that we in Maryland will also benefit from having engaged citizens like you, because you'll build a better world for all of us. Be true to your beliefs and your values and never stop growing and learning, because together we can build a brighter future for our state, our nation, and our world for this generation and generations to come. Let's change the world for the good, and best wishes on your personal and professional success.
Thank you to Governor Moore. I am pleased also to share a video greeting from Regent Linda Gooden. She is the chair of the University System of Maryland Board of Regents.
Greetings. On behalf of the University System of Maryland, let me say congratulations to the graduates we honor today. I know that the path to this milestone has been long and at times difficult. It is a journey that has tested you and strengthened you, and it ultimately defines you, each of you, as individuals who understand the power of education and who are willing to invest in themselves. I congratulate you on making that investment. I also want to acknowledge your family and friends, both those who are with you today and those who are here in spirit. I know they take pride in what you have accomplished. They have shared in your sacrifice and certainly should share in your success today. The knowledge and experience that you received here, that you have earned here, are yours forever. And as you go forward, take what you've learned and pledge to use it for good. Give back to the community and the world. Build a brighter future for yourselves and others. And so once again, I offer each and every one of you a well-deserved congratulations, and I wish you all the best in the years to come.
Thank you to Regent Gooden. We appreciate the support of the Board of Regents. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Catherine Klausmeyer, the Baltimore County Executive. Kathy Klausmeyer was sworn in as Baltimore County's 15th County Executive on January 7th, 2025. She is the first female county executive in Baltimore County's history. She is focused on growing the economy, addressing housing needs, improving public safety, balancing the budget, and yes, continuing historic investments in public schools and in higher education. We are grateful for that commitment. Prior to her appointment as county executive, she had served since 2003 as a member of the Maryland State Senate, representing District 8, and before that, from 1995 until 2003, she represented District 8 as a member of the House of Delegates. She has been named one of Maryland's top 100 women and recognized for her work by the Maryland Association of Counties, the Mental Health Association of Maryland, and the Maryland Retailers Association. Please join me in welcoming County Executive Klausmeyer.
Thank you for that kind introduction. It is a real pleasure to be here this afternoon, and I'm just humbled by this event. I would like to acknowledge UMBC President, Dr. Valerie Shears Ashby. Of course, the 2025 graduating class, families, friends, and loved ones in attendance. Today is the end of an incredible chapter of your lives at UMBC, but it is also the beginning of your next one. Always remember that. Each of you will carry the skills and knowledge you learned at the university into the world. I know that I speak for everyone when I say that you will find success and happiness in the years ahead. In fact, I can say firsthand that this school prepares you for success. My nephew is a proud UMBC graduate. He was even highlighted in the UMBC magazine after he graduated, and now he works for NASCAR. I'm sure that he was nervous and excited to walk through the stage, like many of you are today. But he is doing well. He is actually doing great because of the education that he received here. All of our graduates today come from different places with different backgrounds and different goals, but you are all united by this journey and the hard work you put into receiving your diploma today. Now you have the opportunity to give back to your families and communities. Baltimore County is full of people who are using their skills and knowledge to give back in ways both big and small. These connections to our neighbors are meaningful, and the shared commitment to each other makes our shared future brighter. For so many of us, making the world a better place starts at home, and no matter what and where you go next, I hope you will continue to keep your classmates, teachers, and the loved ones who supported you very close. Congratulations once again to the graduating class of 2025. On behalf of all our residents, we're proud of what you have accomplished and can't wait to see what you'll achieve in the years ahead. And just for those who might have been around in the 60s, we always would say, today is the first day of the rest of your life, and enjoy. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you being with us today. Now it is my pleasure to introduce Manfred Van Duelman, UMBC's Provost and Senior Vice President of Academic Affairs. Provost Van Doelman joined the UMBC community in July from Kent State University in Ohio. At Kent State, he served in a variety of leadership roles, including Senior Associate Provost and Dean of the Graduate College. He holds a PhD in Family Social Science from the University of Minnesota, and his research interests include adolescent and young adult relationships and experiences. Please join me in welcoming Provost Van Doelman.
Thank you, President Shears-Ashby, and good afternoon, class of 2025. Congratulations, you did it. I am proud. Yes, you can clap. I am proud of each and every one of you. Earning your degree is a tremendous accomplishment, and your hard work, resilience, and determination have not gone unnoticed. Today, we honor 1,528 undergraduate students who now join the powerful ranks of more than 100,000 UMBC alumni. Alumni who are leading, serving, and driving change here in Baltimore, across Maryland, and around the globe. As I stand before you today, I'm struck by the depth and diversity of the stories that brought you here. Each one of you has a unique journey, a personal narrative, and a meaningful connection to UMBC. And it is through these individual paths that our collective strength as a university shines. At UMBC, inclusive excellence is not just a value, it is our compass. It shapes our teaching, our research, our community partnerships, and most importantly, our people. This afternoon, I want to take a moment to reflect on just a few of the ways that you, the class of 2025, have embodied this principle and excelled. First, you're achievers, but even more than that, you are trailblazers. You represent the strength of UMBC's academic mission and the promise of its future. The class of 2025 is a vibrant and diverse community. 75 of you hail from right here in Charm City. Another 1,316 of you call Maryland home. Nearly 60 of you come from 19 states and the District of Columbia. And 70 graduates represent 35 countries from across 6 continents and the Caribbean. So you are a global class for a global future. Your academic interests are equally diverse, and this afternoon we celebrate 206 graduates earning Bachelor of Science degrees in computer science. 200, yes, thank you. We can clap all day, that is okay. 202 students will be conferred either a Bachelor's of Art, a Bachelor of Science in Biological Sciences. Make it this, yes, thank you. Making it the second largest degree section this afternoon. Information Systems with 154 Bachelor of Science degrees. And Mechanical Engineering with 77 graduates. Round out our largest graduating cohorts and are joined by graduates in numerous other fields of study honored today. Finally, we mark a historic first, as today we're also conferring UMBC's inaugural Bachelor of Science in middle grades math and science education. And this, yes, thank you, we can clap for that. And this new program is more than a degree. It's a bold step in preparing leaders who will shape the future of teaching and learning in Baltimore and beyond. And while today we celebrate your accomplishments, I want you to ask and pause and reflect on the path that brought you here. Some of you may have arrived at this moment on a straight, well-planned road. Others may have faced twists, turns, and unexpected detours. But regardless of the path, each of you have arrived. And it's not just the destination, but the journey that matters. The lessons learned, the strengths discovered, the relationships formed, and the growth achieved along the way. So this degree, your degree, is more than a credential. It's a reflection of who you are, what you've overcome, and who you are becoming and where you're going. Over the past 10 months, I've had the privilege of meeting many UMBC alumni, remarkable individuals who are curing diseases, engineering smarter cities, shaping policy, advancing justice, and lifting up communities across the globe. You now join their ranks. And so graduates, as you celebrate today, and I hope you do celebrate, I want to leave you with this charge. Go forward as agents of inclusive excellence. Lead with empathy, create with courage, serve with purpose, and seek out voices different from your own, and build spaces where everyone belongs. Let the values that you lived here at UMBC guide you as you shape a more just, more inclusive, and more hopeful world. You are ready. UMBC has prepared you well. You are the future we've been waiting for. Congratulations, class of 2025, and as always, go Retrievers. And now, I am delighted to introduce our 2025 valedictorian, Praise Lashakan. Praise is a biological science major with a minor in chemistry, and he has been an active researcher at UMBC, working in the labs of Dr. Aaron Green and Dr. Rachel Brewster. Praise came to UMBC from Nigeria in 2021, negotiating the transition to a campus. Yes, thank you. Negotiating the transition to a campus just emerging from the pandemic, while simultaneously transitioning to a new country and culture. Praise dove headfirst into the UMBC community from the start, serving in the Center for Global Engagement, the Academic Success Center, and as a resident assistant in addition to working in the Office of Academic and Pre-Professional Advising as a campaign ambassador during the summer. In the fall, he will begin his PhD at Brown University in the Department of Molecular Biology, Cell Biology, and Biochemistry. I love it that you're ready to celebrate. This is great. So, but please join me in congratulating our valedictorian, Praise.
Thank you, Father. Oh, well, this is wonderful, to say the least. Good afternoon, President Shears Ashby, Provost Van Dorman, faculty, staff, family, friends, and the resilient class of 2025. Come on, give it up for yourselves. Oh, but just before I move any further, my parents are not here today, so permit me to say good evening, Mom and Dad from Nigeria. Your son is greeting you. Lovely. Thank you. Thank you very much. If I were to walk around this room today and ask each of you to share one thing about your UMBC experience, I know the stories will be diverse. Stories of turning in assignments late, pulling all-nighters for exams, finding yourself laughing or crying out loud simply because you needed to. Those moments, whether joyful or difficult, have shaped us into who we are and where we sit today. But before I go any further, first, to the graduating class, I need you to pick up your phone. So please pick up your phones, like right now. Thank you. And I want you to turn on your cameras, make sure it's facing yourself, and hit record, and then I'll tell you what to say. You can go back and crop it later. Now, I want you to look yourself in your face and say, congratulations. I'm proud of you. Yeah, let that sink in. Okay. Now, you're probably not sitting alone to the graduating class and you have a beautiful person right next to you. Now, I want you to turn to that person on either side of you and say, congratulations. I'm proud of you. Now, give it up for yourselves one more time. Thank you. Lastly, thank you. Lastly, I want you, if you are able, to the graduating class, please stand and help me celebrate our parents, guardians, friends, professors, faculty, and staff who helped us along this journey. So I want each and every one of you to rise up and give it up for them. Come on, you can make it louder. You can make it louder. Come on. Wonderful, wonderful. Now you can have your seats. I promise you won't stand up after this. Congratulations. We've made it. But I have a question for you, one that I hope stirs something deep in you. How far can you see? If you're proud of how far you've come, I celebrate that with you, and still I encourage you, dream again. Celebrate your wins, but don't stop there. This isn't the finish line, it's a checkpoint. Let the excellence you've achieved here launch you into greater heights and unimagined possibilities. If you're not satisfied with how this journey unfolded, if things didn't go as planned, if setbacks slowed you down, I especially encourage you, dream again. As James Earl Jones says in The Lion King, Mufasa talking to Simba here, look beyond what you see. Your story isn't defined by one chapter. I'll take that again. Look beyond what you see. Your story isn't defined by one chapter. There's still time to grow, to heal, and to build the life you've imagined. For me personally, dreaming again meant that after I was rejected 3 times from the university in Nigeria, and after watching my classmates, my siblings, my friends progress in life, that I would come to UMBC and make the most of my time here. Thank you. Now, I remember one time in Nigeria, I pulled my dad aside and I asked him, Dad, am I not smart enough? Have I not tried enough? The person you see standing in front of you today was once called a failure. People made fun of me. There were times I almost quit with tears in my eyes. But mentors, community, and the grace of God reminded me, dreams don't die. Dreams don't die. They only need to be stirred again. And just like a seed, dreams can only be kept buried for so long. What comes after is something that sometimes the farmer himself cannot even imagine. But I didn't make it here alone, and I know that I'm not the only one. Each of us have had people in our corner cheering us on, lifting us up, and reminding us of who we are when we forgot. So before I thank some of the people who stood by me, I want to invite you, the graduating class, and everyone here, to think about your people too. The ones who've encouraged you, sacrificed for you, believed in you. If they're here right now, and if you can locate them in the crowd, I want you to look in their direction and give them a smile. Yes, yes, that's lovely. However, if they're not, like my parents, I hope you'll reach out to them to thank them and let them know how much they've meant to you. So I start my long list of thank yous. Bear with me. To my family, Dad, Mom, Glory, and Enoch, I know you're watching me right now. Thank you for being my foundation, for praying for me and for believing in me when I didn't believe in myself. Your sacrifices, love, and unwavering support are the reason I can stand here today. Thank you, sir. To Noma, to Peace, Monfres, Ini, DMs who are sitting right here in the crowd, and all my friends. Thank you for the late night pep talks, the laughter in between the chaos, and for reminding me that I didn't have to walk this journey alone. To Mrs. Bosse de la Chicon, who encouraged me to apply to UMBC despite my previous setbacks and guided me when I first got here. To you, I say thank you, ma. To my mentors and professors, they're right there. You can look around, you'll find them. Some of them are on the stage here. Thank you for giving me a chance. Thank you for backing me up. Thank you for showing faith in me. To UMBC, that's to each and every one of you sitting here, and to the institution, thank you for giving me the opportunity to dream and reimagine my future. You all showed me that community isn't just who you're around, it's who holds you up when life feels heavy. And maybe that's what we need now more than ever, an audacious community of retriever dreamers, visionaries who have been shaped by this university and ready to make their mark in the world. We're stepping into a world full of uncertainty, scientific, social, and spiritual. But that world is desperate for people who can see far. Dreamers who will build with compassion, who challenge injustice, who innovate with courage, and lead with humility. So I encourage you, the graduating class, and everyone sitting here today, dream. Not because life is perfect, but because you're not finished yet. Dream, because your presence in this world is not an accident. Dream, because someone coming after you needs to see that it's still possible. Wherever you are today, whether full of pride or full of questions, consider this your invitation to reimagine your future. Redefine what success looks like to you. And above all, to never stop dreaming. The world needs you. The world needs your voice, your unique brilliance. The best is yet to come. And as Dr. Freeman Rabowski would say, success is never final. So go forward with grit, with hope, with purpose, and the courage to dream again. Now, before I end my speech, in my culture where I'm from, when you're talking to people who are achieving a major milestone, we will say, "Eku orire." And that loosely translates to thank you and congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Fantastic praise. Thank you so very much. I don't know about you, but I'm ready. Right? Right. Thank you again. Let's give him another round of applause. Wow. Now I am pleased to introduce Dr. Michael Summers, who will introduce our commencement speaker. Dr. Summers is a professor of chemistry and biochemistry and an esteemed Howard Hughes Medical Institute investigator. He joined the UMBC faculty in 1987 and was selected as an HHMI investigator in 1994. In 2016, Professor Summers was elected into the National Academy of Sciences, whose members are among the most distinguished scientists in the world. With all of those accolades, I am most proud of his mentorship of students. He has mentored in his lab 42 graduate students. 64% of those graduate students were women, and 40% were underrepresented minority. You can clap. You did hear me say he was a professor of chemistry and biochemistry, right? He has also mentored 313 undergraduates in his lab. 58% were women, and almost half were underrepresented minority. Mike doesn't like any of this, but I'm enjoying every second of it. Mike, thank you for your years of dedicated service and commitment to inclusive excellence. Now, please join me in welcoming Professor Michael Summers to present one of his former students, our commencement speaker, Anwesha Day.
Well, I am delighted almost beyond words to be able to introduce Anwesha Day to you. About 25 years ago now, I was in my office and I got an email from now Dr. Day, and she wrote to me about wanting to do an internship in my lab. 25 years ago, email was brand new, and the fact that she emailed me meant I knew she had to be good. And so she had been raised in India, but got her opportunity to go to college in Singapore, and as a requirement of her stipend in Singapore, she had to do an internship, and she had to go back to Singapore for 2 years to contribute to the research there. So I eagerly took her into my group. She did an internship as an undergraduate, and then convinced the people in Singapore to let her stay to do her PhD. So later, she finished her PhD degree in my lab, then went back to Singapore and did her postdoc with Sir David Lane before moving to a second postdoc at Genentech, which, for those of you who don't know, was the world's first biotechnology company. She has risen through the ranks. Normally, when somebody does an internship at Genentech or in any pharmaceutical company, it's a temporary position, and then you're expected to leave. They kept her, and she was quickly promoted through the ranks. Very recently, her most recent promotion was to executive director and distinguished scientist in drug discovery. And she has gone that far because of several major contributions she's made to drug discovery. In fact, earlier this year, her drug for treating HR positive and HER2 negative breast cancer was approved by the FDA for use in people. And a good day for me is getting a paper published in a good journal. A good day for Dr. Day is saving people's lives and giving people hope. Dr. Day has had a broader impact than just on her science. When she went to Genentech, she took the lessons she learned from UMBC about inclusive excellence and broadening participation and applied them at Genentech. They now have a program that she helped develop where they recruit postdocs to come in for 2 years doing research, then spend 2 more years doing translational work to get things into the clinic, and then 2 years in upper administration. It's the only company I know that has taken such a proactive approach to expanding the pipeline into leadership, and the very first person they hired to do that was one of UMBC's Meyerhoff Graduate Fellows. It's a big deal. Dr. Day also started a partnership with UMBC where they now support Meyerhoff graduate students who want to gain research experience in industry. And we've had 5 years of partnerships with them that have sent dozens of Meyerhoff Graduate Fellows, not only to Genentech for internships, but to permanent positions. She was awarded Genentech's Emerging Leader Award in 2022. She was Genentech's Changemaker recipient in 2023. And Weisha Day is truly one of UMBC's very best. So please now help me welcome her home. And Weisha Day.
Good afternoon, everyone. President Shears Ashby, esteemed faculty, proud families, friends, and most importantly, the brilliant, resilient class of 2025. Congratulations. It is an incredible honor to stand before you today as a proud alum of this university. If you had asked that 18-year-old shy kid from that small town in India, taking her first flight out of the country to go study abroad, she would not have imagined this day, even in her wildest dreams. I'm deeply grateful for the opportunity to be here today, speaking to you all on your special day. It's a privilege that humbles me, and one that brings me full circle to reflect on the journey that began right here at UMBC. There's a thread that ties us all together, no matter where life has taken us, no matter what path we've walked. That thread is this UMBC. When I first came here, I never knew what it stood for. You must be crazy, or you made a brilliant choice. And I can tell you, UMBC is more than a school. It is a community, a launch pad, and a family. And it has shaped who I am today in more ways than I can count. I still remember my very first trip to the United States. It was as a summer undergraduate intern in Dr. Mike Summers' lab here. Over 30 students in the lab that summer, buzzing with curiosity, energy, and ideas. I was in awe. That experience was more than a research internship. It was a turning point. It set the direction for my scientific and professional journey, and I will forever be grateful for that opportunity. Now, like many of you here today, I spent long days and nights on this campus, sleeping bag in one corner, snacks in another, working late into the night on experiments, studying for tests, and dreaming big dreams. But what I remember from that time is not the data, not the grades. It's the people, the friendships, the mentors, the way we looked out for each other, the way we believed collectively that we could and we would rise together. And that is the UMBC difference. This is a university that lives and breathes its values of inclusive excellence, of deep intellectual curiosity, of a community grounded in care. It's a place that doesn't just teach you how to think. It teaches you how to belong, how to contribute, and how to lead with purpose. UMBC taught me that brilliance shines brightest when it is shared. And you know, nothing has stayed as strongly with me over the years. That success is richer when it is collective, that service is not separate from leadership. It is the foundation. As I've moved through life, through graduate school, career changes, new roles, and new cities, I've carried these values with me. Every step of the way, I've leaned on the lessons that I learned here. That excellence demands humility, that leadership requires listening, and that progress is a team sport. I have led teams and I'm part of teams today that aims to discover transformative medicines for cancer patients. And we always tell our teams, we all swim or we sink together. There's no scenario where one of us is swimming while the rest are sinking. Drug discovery is hard, very hard, and patients are waiting. We're all working towards a much bigger goal, and we have to remember the patients are waiting. Lessons you've all learned here will stay with you forever, and remember them when the time comes. Now, I cannot emphasize enough the roles of our families, friends, and mentors in this journey. And today, I'd like to personally acknowledge a few. To my PhD advisor here, Dr. Mike Summers, thank you for your mentorship, your faith in your students, and for setting a standard of scientific rigor that I will always carry with me. To my peers and friends in the UMBC community, I still remember fondly all the meals that we shared from that table in the Summers lab overlooking the biological sciences building, where we ordered the same food from the local delivery place so often that the person knew our voices and our orders as soon as we called. And we had our meals in the lab together, watching folks walk across the campus as we discussed science and sometimes life. I have to say, I was so happy to see things haven't changed much in the lab. And it was so special bringing my daughter here and showing her around my lab bench and lab desk after all these years. Thank you to my friends and classmates for creating a space where it was not only safe to dream big, but expect it. You taught me what it means to support one another, not just in word, but in action. To my parents, thank you for your unwavering belief in me and your towering strength in the face of tremendous adversity during that phase of our lives. You taught me that if I led with heart, I could go anywhere. And to my husband and daughter, you are my joy, my strength, and my reminder of what truly matters. Thank you for cheering me on every single day. Now, graduates, this moment for you today marks the beginning, not the end. As you take your next step, know that your paths will diverge. You will go on to do great things in science, the arts, policy, business, and beyond. But wherever you go, let resilience and courage guide you. Because there will be moments of challenge, of uncertainty, and it is in those moments that your character will shine the brightest. Resilience is not just about enduring. It's about growing through adversity. And as you know now, courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward with purpose despite it. These are all the values we've all learned at UMBC, and now they're for yours to carry forward. And so as you rise, and you will, don't forget where you came from. Remember this community, this foundation. Remember the value of giving back, of making space for others to thrive, just as others made space for you. So whether you end up in labs, boardrooms, classrooms, startups, or public service, know that your UMBC story is not over. You are now part of a global community of alumni who are building, shaping, healing, and leading with integrity and heart. So today, let me leave you with these three thoughts. First, the world that you are stepping into is not a blank page. It is a chapter in progress. And now, with the pen in your hands, dream big. Write boldly, but edit with compassion. As the poet Rainier Maria Rilke once said, "The future enters into us in order to transform itself in us long before that happens." So second, let the future enter through you. Shape it, lead it, transform it. Write your story with confidence and grit. And remember, retrievers don't give up, ever. And finally, be kind to yourself and others. As you travel through the journey of life, stay close to your roots. Remember your family, your mentors, and your community here who got you there. So congratulations, class of 2025. Now go on, light the way. Thank you.
Thank you to Dr. Day. I am inspired by your journey and grateful for what you are doing for healthcare and for thousands of people. Let's give her another round of applause. I now call on our Provost Van Dolman to join me in the conferring of degrees. This is a particularly special commencement for us at UMBC because with this spring's ceremonies, UMBC will award its 100,000th degree. In 1970, we held commencement for UMBC's first class of undergraduate students, and we awarded 241 degrees. Wow was correct. To celebrate this historic moment for UMBC, we wanted to pay tribute to those who were with us at the very beginning. We are fortunate to have a deeply dedicated and engaged group of alumni known as the Founding Four, representing graduates from those first undergraduate classes of 1970 through 1973. I know that they are watching us today, and so I'm going to ask everyone in the arena to give them a round of applause to thank them for their start of this wonderful university. And I believe on stage, is Bob here? Okay, a member of the Founding Four is with us, Bob Dietrich. Let's give him a round of applause. They continue to inspire us. I would also like to recognize any UMBC alumni who are in the arena today. If you are among this 100,000, would you please stand to be recognized? You are definitely a special part of this journey from 241 to 100,000. What a profound impact UMBC graduates have had on the state, on the country, and on the world. Each one of our alumni has made a difference in some way, many of them as leaders and pathbreakers in the public and private sectors, in the arts, in education, in research, in public service, and in their communities. And I know that the graduates who sit before me today will continue to make us proud. Congratulations to the entire UMBC community on this amazing milestone.
Thank you, President Shears Ashby. We will now move to the part of the program when we confer the awarding of earned bachelor's degrees. Today, each graduate will receive a memento from the UMBC Alumni Association. Representing the Alumni Association Board of Directors today is Board President, Mr. Kevin Yang. He graduated with bachelor's degrees in computer science and financial economics in 2007 and is founder of KRY Properties. Please join me in thanking Kevin for his support. Now, graduates, please stand if you are able. President Shears Ashby, I have the honor of presenting the candidates recommended by the faculty of the University of Maryland, Baltimore County for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, and Bachelor of Science.
Graduates, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the authority of the State of Maryland given to the Board of Regents and the Chancellor of the University System of Maryland, and by them entrusted to me, I hereby admit you to the degrees which you have earned during the course of your studies at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County, in token whereof you shall be given a diploma with all of the honors, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto pertaining. Congratulations.
Thank you all. Graduates, please be seated until directed by a commencement staff member. Before we invite graduates to cross the stage, we want to first share this short video recognizing our graduates who are participating virtually. Please help us celebrate them by cheering. I think everybody is here in person. That's pretty fabulous.
Right.
I now call upon Bill LaCourse, Dean of the College of Natural and Mathematical Sciences.
President Shears Ashby and Provost Van Dulman, I have the honor of welcoming the accomplished and remarkable students from the College of Natural and Mathematical Sciences who have completed all requirements for the degrees of Bachelor of Science and Bachelor of Arts. Let's hear it.
Bachelor's candidates in the College of Natural and Mathematical Sciences. We now present the graduates in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. We now present the graduates in Biological Sciences. Zuhdi Muhammad Abu Jayyab, magna cum laude. Michael Rogers Ack, cum laude.
Let's go!
Oladipo Olawale Akinbanova, cum laude. Marie Charlotte Adoni Egbogbi. Kanza Nur Ahmad, cum laude. Asiya Nur Ahmed, magna cum laude. Abhirami Ajay. Safa Ahmed Alfaris, cum laude. Lujain Hazem Ali. Rohini Apte. Oluwapelumi Esther Arabishala, cum laude. Navpreet Kaur Ari. Ajitha Krismi Arudchandran, cum laude. Misbah Fatima Asim. Suleiman Azam. Davina Bhatia, cum laude. Mia Belusic. Grace Addison Bruce. Tessa Jan Byram, cum laude. Jonathan E. Calderon, magna cum laude. Arina Ahmed. Ricardo David Cancy. Cole Cheng. Amaya Chichester. Abhinav Sai Chinambeti. Haris Ahmed Chaudhry. Alexis Itasi Christian. Zamshan Ching. Dion Ayodele Cole, magna cum laude. Sophia Victoria Conrad. Avery Celeste Corino. Kento Ryosaku Corsita. Sion Alamayahu Daniel, cum laude. Tejeswi Datla, magna cum laude. Brendan DeLauder. Courtney Alexis De Leon, cum laude. Natalie Quander, summa cum laude. Jada Marie Dickerson. Sarah Jane Domerci, magna cum laude. Stacy Dariana Douglas. Iman Wakar Chaudhry. Mariam Mohammed Higazi, magna cum laude. Rimal Chaudhry, cum laude. James I. Diaz, cum laude. Mufaro Megan Chiduza, cum laude. Olivia Edoigiaveria. Ngozike Chidima Emeziena, cum laude. Arsani Amgad Dahoud, cum laude. Ziad Hesham Al-Mikawi, cum laude. Roy Garnett Edmonds. Hasib Fiaz. Ilana Lindsay Frazier. Tiffany Nicole Frimpong, magna cum laude. Austin Michael Gayhart, summa cum laude. Mariah Lorraine Goodman. Samuel Edisu Galetta, summa cum laude. Jillian Perry Gibson. Seth Brittingham Glassner, cum laude. Eric Ariel Gomez, cum laude. Juliana Lorin Hedaria Gakuma. Annalise Olivia Grove, magna cum laude. Anjum Arshad Hajra, cum laude. Aidan Thomas Hall. Nat Chris Hahn, magna cum laude. Grace Hartman. Alexis Sakara Hicks. Rebecca Jihe Jung, summa cum laude. Bosola Olua Lois Jerry Asoto, cum laude. Amaya Gail Johnson. Elizabeth Ann Jones. Meghana Reddy Kamala. Allison Samantha Kendi, magna cum laude. Alicia Khan, magna cum laude. Maimuna Khan, cum laude. Fouez Ahmed Khan, magna cum laude. Oluwaseun Tolulape Kintunde, magna cum laude. Akbar Shah Kanaga, cum laude. Jenna Ahmad Khatib, cum laude. Travis P. Knapp, summa cum laude. Rohan Sai Kiasa. Brishti Lamachane. Zi Ching Liang, cum laude. Rena Sarah Tova Lewin. Hong Ting Lin. Adriana May Lagdameo, cum laude. Ethan Elijah Lowe. Martin Enrique Juarez. Andrew Kern, summa cum laude. Wahaj Kashif. Sibia Shahid, cum laude. Uswa Fahim Hanif, cum laude. Ibrahim Fawad Jahangir Khan, cum laude. Laura Elizabeth Phom Kembu. Keiko Karina Luke, summa cum laude. Arman Kaur. Brandon Thien Lee. Samia Hossein, magna cum laude. Ahint Mahant. Mary Claire McDonough, cum laude. Abby Lynn McGee, cum laude. Catherine Jeanette McHarg. Ryan Christopher McKee, cum laude. Mac Francis Addison McKeever. Emmanuel Getachew Mekasha, summa cum laude. Arya Nilesh Kumar Patel, magna cum laude. Shira Tamar Mensur. Maureen Kai Mensa. Elizabeth Maylin Mosier, summa cum laude. Emma Grace Lynn Mosier, summa cum laude. Agima Michelle Munkdava. Ali Hassan Mutasim, cum laude. Tiffany Mayant. Elizabeth Alexa Nabutovsky, magna cum laude. Allison Quinn New Win. Elise Nikitina, cum laude. Donya Nasaj, cum laude. Jenny Din Nguyen. Kang Wen, cum laude. Muna Chiso Nkoinye Mbekwe, magna cum laude. Frederick O'Kay. Obehiyage Elizabeth Oniha, cum laude. Andrew Michael Openkar, magna cum laude. Ruben Saji Padavil. Ayush Ashok Patel, summa cum laude. Shivam H. Patel, summa cum laude. Aubrey Isabella Piazza, cum laude. Linda Yen Quach, magna cum laude. Emily Grace Quast. Hasib Ur Rahman. Medisa Rogani, cum laude. Riley Redding. Matthew Ellis Reiner, cum laude. Charles Anthony Ross. Daisy Rachel Perry, cum laude. Oluwasemilore Elizabeth Osinovo. Caitlin Love Pugh, magna cum laude. Megan Joy Pham, summa cum laude. Jimmy Fan. Hope Ramsey, magna cum laude. Caitlin Afua Safwa Kwarshi, cum laude. Tien Tran Tui Win, cum laude. Rirelolua Emmanuel Oyediran. Brian Nguyen. Emerson Alberto Rivas, cum laude. Eduardo Ramirez. Sarah Catherine Rutolo. Mary Elizabeth Schmidt. Nisha Rakesh Shah, summa cum laude. Tekmeng Brendan Shi, summa cum laude. Shayan Tahirian. Shoyab Aftab Sheikh. Yaroslav Andrew Shalak. Elena Isabella Sagalovsky, cum laude. Abdullah Shazad, magna cum laude. Deepika Sharma. Hosniak Sultani, magna cum laude. Julia Sonnerborg, magna cum laude. Anjali Gayatri Tangirala, cum laude. Dawit Wendam Teshomi, magna cum laude. Janisha Thapa. Isabella May Tiboni, magna cum laude. Nun Kim Nok Tran, cum laude. Hannah I. Wallace, summa cum laude. Lauren Alexis Walters, summa cum laude. Kira Taishe Willis, summa cum laude. Ayoritse Temisan Tuedon, cum laude. Elizabeth Ann Willman, summa cum laude. Abigail Wydra. Bersabel Fikri Tekle. Menatala Mohamed Saeed, cum laude. Sydney Elise Vance, summa cum laude. Nathan Zacharias, cum laude. Muhammad Subhan. Alina Fatima Syed, cum laude. Brenda Thaplial. Fatima Tariq. Anam Sarjil Bahara, cum laude. Renai Urenki. Eden Tarafe Yared, cum laude. Christian Alonso Verastegi, magna cum laude. Chaudhry Ahmed Zaki. Lilo Zabarov. Brianna Amber Young, cum laude. Grace Murphy Walsh. We now present the graduates in Translational Life Science Technology. Temilore A. Akinde. Li Lamfang. Brianna Amber Green. Jonathan Hosh. Amy Gabriela Icasa Galarza. Brianna Abigail Patterson. Patricia Vedamoni. We now present the graduates in Chemistry and Biochemistry. Anjayoluwa Oluwatobi Adegboye, summa cum laude. Annabelle Adelstein, summa cum laude. Shumana Al-Anesi, magna cum laude. Samuel John Barnett. Kaylee Ann Barry, cum laude. Elza Beal Scuti, cum laude. Matthew Hubert Bryman. Avery Bush. Ramsha Ahmad Chowdhury, magna cum laude. Maya Devi Klassen, cum laude. Jason Scott Daniels, summa cum laude. Carson Garland. Dana Garner. Lauren Nicole Gawar. Darren Braden Green, summa cum laude. Sarasi Kanjana Gunasekara. Matthew Thomas Harshaw, summa cum laude. Leslie Celeste Hernandez, cum laude. Michelle L. Hong. Raya Cornelia Holtzman. Alexander Tran Nguyen, summa cum laude. Lillian Tran Nguyen, cum laude. Timothy Shingo Kawasaki. Mahak Zara Kazmi, cum laude. Shauna Samantha Renee Kearney, cum laude. Hunter Jason Kim, magna cum laude. Megan Mary Lisk, magna cum laude. John Paul McKenna Soto, summa cum laude. Joshua Mucha. Isabella Safa Naimi, summa cum laude. Janat Nawaz. Ninu Nyak Nguyen, magna cum laude. Paisley Josephine Nowell, magna cum laude. Gabriel Victor Otubu, summa cum laude. Alicia Yogesh Patel, magna cum laude. Jonathan Anthony Ragazzo. William Michael Sakowitz, cum laude. Trevor Shepard. Felix René Mbayu Siewe, cum laude. William David Simon. Samantha M. Smith. Megan Bridget Thomas, magna cum laude. Bart Raymond Arsadan Tolentino, summa cum laude. Lucia McBride Vicnicki, magna cum laude. Dorate Romil Vora. Yasmin Tabanya Ward. Alexandra Lynn Wise, cum laude. Prince C. Udorji, cum laude. Ashley White. Omegan Doriel Wright. Nikki Nichelle Roten. We now present the graduates in mathematics and statistics. Julian Bartholomew. Hikaru Noah Belzer, summa cum laude. Christopher John Bispels, cum laude. Erica J. Chun, cum laude. Rome Carlton Davis. DeMarco Larnell Fulcher. Adam L. Yunsi. Emma High Stay, magna cum laude. Liana Alice Hill, magna cum laude. Morris Julian Hodge. Scaria John. Carly H. Long. Ian Edgar Maxwell, cum laude. Garvin G. Mellis. Anthony Charles Miller. Tados L. Mrozek, magna cum laude. Akiva J. Newman, cum laude. Ephraim Yitzhak Ruttenberg, cum laude. Ethan Elias Weisgerber, magna cum laude. Brielle Dornice Wheeler. We now present the graduates in physics. Nishwanth Reddy Goody Bandla, summa cum laude. Esther Uretska, cum laude. Levi Elias Malmstrom. William Milton Mann. Stephen Martin. John Grant Mellis, magna cum laude. Jonathan Moshe Miller. Tara Marie O'Donnell. Evan Sheldon, summa cum laude. Paul B. Wampler, summa cum laude.
I now call upon Anupam Joshi, Oro's Family Professor and Acting Dean of the College of Engineering and Information Technology.
President Shares Ashby, Provost Van Dulman, I have the honor and privilege of welcoming the graduates, the resolute and resilient graduates of the College of Information Technology and Engineering. I should have switched that around. They have completed all the requirements for the degree of Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science.
Bachelor's candidates in the College of Engineering and Information Technology. We now present the graduates in Chemical, Biochemical, and Environmental Engineering. Precious Adepeju Adetayo Oguntade. Zachary James Ashburn. Nicholas Ryan Berry, cum laude. Patrick Mark Dempsey. Michael Thomas Dynan, cum laude. Evelyn Wolfe Ellison, magna cum laude. Samantha Jean Foster, magna cum laude. Nathaniel Chase Glover, summa cum laude. Braden Christopher Grews, cum laude. Dylan Kenneth Hilt, magna cum laude. Zachary Ernest Hillock. Oretsek Begbemi Ofeoretse Ikomi, magna cum laude. Marie Ange Mahopo Kasende. Christian Emmanuel Knox. Danielle Ilarios, summa cum laude. Joshua Morgan Lewis, cum laude. Tuan Dao Anmai, magna cum laude. Tara Grace Miley, cum laude. Meredith Ellen Morse, cum laude. Daniel R. Miranda. David Nee, cum laude. Anita Onyenyechi Oso. Rainey Mitchell B. Passis. Gemma Nicole Prisbaki, cum laude. Luis Fernando Rodriguez Hiron. Kofi Kevin Siji. Pavan Kumar Umashankar, magna cum laude. Sergei Stephen Veres. Michael Benjamin Webster. Benjamin D. Welling, magna cum laude. Jonathan King Wu, magna cum laude. Colin Michael Zori, magna cum laude. We now present the graduates in Chemical, Biochemical, and Environmental Engineering. Muhammad Ahmed Abbasi. Robert Adams, summa cum laude. Olalekan Oluwatayo Adeoyan. Nicholas C. Agurides. Ali Sayed Ahmed. Stephen Charles Aldred, summa cum laude. Leanne Al-Hashishi, magna cum laude. Mariam Ali. Noel Camille Alston. Raymond Amir Hamza. Michael James Ani, cum laude. Nathaniel Donald Antashevsky, magna cum laude. TJ Ampofo Apia. Jason K. Apea Kubi. Nicholas Patrick Arnone, magna cum laude. Joshua Vijay Atota, magna cum laude. Hannah G. Subek, magna cum laude. Ryan Andrew Baker. Brandon Bradley Balbuena. Daniel Bradley Bailey. Ryan Christian Barnes. Torrance Barber. Qanita Baqi Billah. Abigail Catherine Baumer, cum laude. Evan G. Get Bartkowski. Bamlak Dejani Bakela, cum laude. Sean Allen de Los Santos Balan, magna cum laude. Giovanni Alexander Burial Gomez. Van Bolster. David Bauer. Alan Jared Boyd, magna cum laude. William Thomas Brooks. Aidan Terrence Brown. Varsha Velumani. Nicholas Patrick Benner. Shane Donahue Moxley, magna cum laude. Adan Butt, cum laude. Kevin Bryant Wangai. Janea May Kajudoy, magna cum laude. Joaquin Angelo Gozon Kalilao, magna cum laude. Sean Montgomery Carson. Ava Chalish Terry, cum laude. Roseanne Shan. Krishna Mukti Cha Ulagain, cum laude. Julian Chavez. Joshua Lorenzo Cheeks. Sumer Rashid Chowdhury. Daniel Harris Gower. Nikki Caius, summa cum laude. Camila Mariana Chambo Sam. Arina Andreevna Chursina, cum laude. Ethan Solomon Chung. Jay Sina, magna cum laude. Gabriel Shane Clark. Sean E. Clements, summa cum laude. Sydney Shante Conagland, magna cum laude. Abigail Eleanor Coles, cum laude. Connor Edward Cox, magna cum laude. Nkosi Akita Cruikshank. Lucas Mario Gorospi Cunningham. Aryan Sulapani Damaraju. Marcus Davis, cum laude. Michael Daniel Dickinson, cum laude. Abraham Donati, cum laude. Alexander John Rabulan Dulce. Robert Emmett Dunham IV, cum laude. Oyenter Abibote Abello. Ryan Glenn Edwards, cum laude. Eric E. Eke, magna cum laude. Patrick Joseph Engbert, cum laude. Ayeza Fatima. Reginald Charles Fuel Jr. Sidra Fiaz. Justin Thomas Filigenzi, cum laude. Teo Galetic. Peter Joshua Gatira, magna cum laude. Daniel S. Janetti, cum laude. Ayop Bihailu Gizachu, cum laude. Sophia Jennifer Gomez, cum laude. Gretchen Marie Grimes. Alexander Jackson Gudat, summa cum laude. Adith Nishanth Gunaseelan, magna cum laude. Shanthan Bharadwaj Gunti. Nicholas Lee Harrell, magna cum laude. Sean Thomas Henderson. Antulin Huang. Connor Hickey, magna cum laude. Tafhimul Haki, cum laude. Joshua Yoon Hur, magna cum laude. Brandon T. Halliburton, magna cum laude. Nayana Rain Hussey, summa cum laude. Shahir Ali Imam, summa cum laude. Aidan Boyd Eisenstadt. Paul Jang. Dawit Jamani. Bardan Kaffel, cum laude. Sarah Kaiser. Alan Mundia Kangathe. Vincent George Keeper. Jackie Lee, cum laude. Andy Lin, cum laude. Jonathan Kim. Shrey Sanjeev Kumar Shah. Ansh Rupan Kumar Shah, magna cum laude. Niharika Sharma, cum laude. Erin Michelle Shields, cum laude. Paolo Shetty. Mahanur Siddiqui. Joel Simpson, cum laude. Vijay Singh. Nathaniel Tae-Young Smith. Edith Solomon. Yafet Solomon. Andrew A. Solis Perea. Jacob Connor Spry. Brooke Kendall Taylor. Jonathan Tegan. Evan Getachow Temeskin. Paul Thrasi Boulay. Paul Kunsu Kim, summa cum laude. Alan Joseph Koska, magna cum laude. Andrew John Kozikowski. Cameron Allen Kosley. Sydney Atsu Kumorji. George D. Lair, magna cum laude. Adil H. Latif, magna cum laude. William Bach Lee, summa cum laude. Carter Scott Lemon. David Allen Livingstone, cum laude. Benjamin Joseph Long, cum laude. Brian Lauser, summa cum laude. Christopher Ioannis Mansuranis. Evan Matthew McCrae, summa cum laude. Angelo V. Monge. John Mull Woods. Jaslyn Leah Alamni, magna cum laude. Abby Raquel Joseph, magna cum laude. Ifeolua P. Kayode, cum laude. Ben Kong Kwang Lee, cum laude. Omer D. Mirza, cum laude. Saish Richaran Reddy Maki Reddy. William Frederick Loveking, summa cum laude. Adam J. Mew, magna cum laude. Anthony James Morea. Alfonso Sebastian Apelacio Martinez. David Jiang, Salim Afolabi Lawa, magna cum laude. Sebastian Dario Leal. Orisha Jolomisan Jewel Mebahanje, magna cum laude. Kevin Kwesi Jabba Mensa. Saurimitra Medapali. Richard Milietu. Maxim Mikhailov. Adrian Enrique Maldonado, summa cum laude. Alexandra Mikhailova, summa cum laude. Husafa Yosir Naru. Ninad Negi. Salma Negmeldin. Hong Lam Win, summa cum laude. Jeremy Sean Nillis. Jacob G. and Jerry, cum laude. Chelsea Amaka Okoroji. David Oluwatoyin Olufade. Abdullah Watara. Nicholas George Pankau, cum laude. Sean Parmans. Saicharan Parthasarathi. Jacob Edward Wood Pasquale. Nimai Deepak Patel. Tirth Patel, magna cum laude. Rajya Rohan Paudian. Olivia Patterson, cum laude. Patrick James Pfeiffer. Matthew Kang Pham, magna cum laude. Vin N. Fan, cum laude. Yashkumar J. Prajapati. Rafael de la Cruz Rede. Muhammad Mustafa Rahman, cum laude. Jared Michael Richmond, magna cum laude. Shamir A. Rizvi, cum laude. Mesali Solomon Roby. David Sadek. Frederick Michael Schultz, cum laude. Scott Edward Seraphin, magna cum laude. Onas Shah. Alexander Shaner. Sanjita Shahrin. Jonathan George Simon. Keith Allen Soneline. Brendan Cole Spencer. Jatin Suri, cum laude. Brigitter Divulale Protazzi. Leah Brianna Prince, cum laude. Ariana S. Prey. Gia Oriana Gayutin Santos, summa cum laude. Franklin Chukudi Nungjije. Gerald Kedu Ndawula. Brandon Ann Wynn, cum laude. Pascal Owana. Willie Ngoran. Satvik Saisri Richarla, cum laude. Emily L. Pletes. Georgie Semendik, magna cum laude. Kidus Mulugeta Sebsibi. Nicholas Paulino Subong, cum laude. Okechukwu Echezona Tabuku. Anna Mayan Pham, summa cum laude. Andrew He Tang, summa cum laude. Andrew Taylor. Kiara Marie Taylor Lopez. Jensen E. Thompson, summa cum laude. Jonas John Tivador, cum laude. Johnny Tran, cum laude. Ryan Tucker. Benjamin William Trivis, summa cum laude. Leshan Vishwanath, cum laude. Christian Walker. Michael Aaron White, magna cum laude. Randolph Wyradu Adu, magna cum laude. Abdul Hadi Worku, summa cum laude. Preston Viado. Rowan Adam Solomon Wiles. Yemlak Engida Workane. Sophia Wasu. Darwin Shu, cum laude. Yu Ching Yuan. Gabriella Brooke Schweers, magna cum laude. Brian Young, cum laude. Alan Jong. Emma Jean Williams, magna cum laude. Weston Albert Van Erp, magna cum laude. William Riley Watley, magna cum laude. Sebastian Zeller, cum laude. William J. Zung, cum laude. Felicity T. Zinn. Jacob Andrew Zotter, magna cum laude. We now present the graduates in Chemical, Biochemical, and Environmental Engineering. Mohammed Mohsin Abbas. Mian Muhammad Abdullah. Olamilekan Olumide Abegunde, cum laude. David Oluwafaranmi Abioye. Hawa Ahmad. Amira Ahmed. Mehek Ahuja, cum laude. David E. Allen. Fausiat Anima Sham. Al-Amin Ali. Kwadwo Kuranteng Ansa Ba. Muid Amir. Khadija Hiam Arafat. Hunain Arsalan, cum laude. Mohammad Huraira Arshad. Onadi Atik. Christopher Bird Atkinson. Gunnar J. Anderson, cum laude. Adepeju Awoyemi. Tarek Aziz. Yisresha Bade. Caleb David Baker, cum laude. Rithwik Achutha Basavaraju. Hana Mesfin Befkadu. Benaya Burhane. Gahan Bensura Boteju, cum laude. Patrick Michael Carroll. Simran Chowdhury, cum laude. Joseph Michael Sisenia. Matthew Allen Cook, cum laude. Nathan Daniel. Iman Dar. Danea V. Darden. Shem Alain Carino Di Perini. Isabella Avis Dongara. Kevin David Doughty, magna cum laude. Jonathan Zeev Ganel Constant. John David Gibbons. Angelou Carla de Guzman Golubev. Oliver William Gassman, magna cum laude. Jordan Grimes. Sofia Caruso Guardado. Carl Brown, Andrew E. Bowman Ansa, Sriya Akula, Sharoz Chaudhry, cum laude. James Stewart Comstock, Akshay Srinivas Chipada, Darren Anthony Foote Jr., Tomas Kogan Gruzensky, Ishan Giri, Adelowit Sise Garada, Sandra Eseogene Agbamu, magna cum laude. Boluatifa Isabella Laditi, Chelsea C. Ezebuiro, cum laude. Gabriel Lee Hackman, cum laude. Andrew Edward Hardy, Ryan Harding, Corey Allen Harold, Gavin Blaine Hayes, Brian Duquan Hendrickson, Ethan Henley, Kimberly Ann Harrett, magna cum laude. Nathan Samuel Ho, Richard L. Ho, Andrew Hollander, Karel Joshua Hollingsworth, Patrick Griffin Holsenbake, magna cum laude. Charlton Howard, cum laude. Aaron Wynn, John Solis Inaldo Jr., Mahanur Iftikhar, Ellen G. Jain, Unho Jong, magna cum laude. Osama Jafarullah, Nishant Rao Kalavar, Alina Karim, Kazi Mahir Karim, Rithik Garkanis, magna cum laude. Esrar Khalik, Ozair Tahir Khan, cum laude. Shayan Khan, Daniel Terim Kim, cum laude. Mariame Jelly Kuyate, Eli Bryce Kramer Smythe, Brandon Edward Krupka, Matthew Christian Malone, cum laude. Jetrin Tyler Marnadi, Alexander William Kurth, magna cum laude. Anna Grace Lamb, Joshua Ryan Lampkin, Alan Du Hien Lei, cum laude. John Lee, Kalkadan Getnet Latibalu, Iman Jamil, magna cum laude. Shreya Jiju, Sarangashu Kebekabe, Oluwafemi Knuckles, Yuri Labar, Tracy Meng Liu, Entian Joshua Ma, Masaki Maeda, Revka Kaseye Maragu, Ria Abigail McCallum, Samuel William McCammon, Isaiah Charles McFadden, Bayiza N. McQuanint, cum laude. Bethlehem Zode Matike. Darin Mo. Malobichuku Chikasi Moma. Jasmine Morse, cum laude. Mary Nyang Sian Muang, cum laude. Rishikesh P. Mukadam. Ryan Murray. Dylan Lloyd Musgrove, magna cum laude. Mohammed Adnan Mustafa. Fasi Nadeem. Anahita Nazari, cum laude. Saqib Ahmed Nazir. Mahidar Deborah Mihirat Negath, cum laude. Stephen Tran Nguyen. Sai Satwik Nijampudi, cum laude. Stian Nilsson. Raheli Nyagawa. Chidera Benjamin Okoye. Osewe Zion Ohonsi. Eget Love Okui. Ibukunoluwa Danielle Olajide. Adefolarin Olateru Olagbegi. Daniel O. Olumuyiwa. Olapeju S. Otusajo, magna cum laude. Fabian Benjamin Palan. Krish Patel. Kwani Park, cum laude. Sarah Yu Young Park, magna cum laude. Anna Marie Marilyn Plass. Niall Anthony Pope. Dwayne Anthony Preston II. Sham Sundar Rajesh Babu. Ariana Louise Richardson. Raza Rizvi. Ava C. Roberts. Sarah Emily Rosa. Kylan Ryan Campos. Robert Scott Ryerson. Ria Jitesh Rami. Noah Santiago, cum laude. Indira Esperanza Santos Pacheco, magna cum laude. Bonita Cherry Satu. Jack Shell. Emmanuel Tomlinson. Sebastian Blake Tyler. Aldo Josue Vargas. Josh Bradley Magada Ventura. Manisha Vijay. Martin Vos. Sabi Wala. Muhammad Wajahat. Lauren Alexandria Warfield. Telha Wasim. Yuating Wen. Lapaldian Williams Jr. Jude Williamson. Idris Adedapo Yahaya, cum laude. Jimmy Shu. Saida Javaria Zishan. Mahlet Wubeta Wandemu. Kebran Mesfin Zaleke. We now present the graduates in Chemical, Biochemical, and Environmental Engineering. Simon Adams, cum laude. Liam Brian Allen. Ali Ibrahim Arnaut. Alok Barua. Maxwell Everett Basford, magna cum laude. Charles Benici. Mia E. Brazerol. Alexander Mitchell Brunkhorst, cum laude. Alexis Lee Boltman. Jaden Micah Burke, summa cum laude. Andrew John Charrier, magna cum laude. Samuel Wesley Cohen, summa cum laude. Joseph Patrick DeFusco, magna cum laude. Logan Alexander Draper, cum laude. Jaden Dunning. Riley John Edwards, magna cum laude. Rokia Mohammed Moataz El Garabli. Trisha Joy Utulo Francisco. Oswaldo Josue Garcia. James Gorshboth. Macy Juliet Granzo. Juliana Grace Grasso, summa cum laude. Alexander Griffion, magna cum laude. Sophia Sharon Marie Grillo. Arfat Gumilang. Spencer John Haythorne, cum laude. John Vincent Esplana Hickey. Ian Blue Hoffman. David Michael Hombach, cum laude. Matthew Thomas Husted. Christopher Chinedu Ihanacha Jr. Emily Rose Kozlowski, summa cum laude. Nathan James Kuhlman, cum laude. Joseph Kurek. Sarah Julia Lehrman, summa cum laude. Diana Adelina Lesjar, summa cum laude. Emily Elizabeth Cuffley, summa cum laude. Ignatius Patrick Yobet, summa cum laude. Jacob Lombardo, summa cum laude. Christopher Mabe. Jonathan Mushiri Bogwa. Ori Sheneye Fortune Mebahanje. Yakov Yisroel Meister, summa cum laude. Giza M. Malise, magna cum laude. Eric Meza. Nader Mohammed Mesni. Andrew Crosby Miller. Salman Asif Mirza, summa cum laude. Thomas Ian Moon, cum laude. Joshua Graham Hale Mott, magna cum laude. Kyle Naughton. Anthony Francis Nelson. Paige Nair, cum laude. David Paul Goba Rivera, summa cum laude. Sean Patrick O'Connor. Cassandra Elizabeth Paris, cum laude. Nirman Mayank Patel. Florence Ann Paul, summa cum laude. August Booker Phelps, summa cum laude. Nicholas A. Pugh, summa cum laude. Malik M. Kalawi. Saad Qureshi, cum laude. Leah Marie Tuduri Rajaratnam. Sinchon Torribius Rosario, magna cum laude. Bryce Evan Schilling. Mario Smith, magna cum laude. Sean Patrick Stoller. Darren William Taylor, cum laude. Brandon Turner. Alexander Dionysus Venos, cum laude. Nathan Richard Yan. Noah Theodore Zambidis, magna cum laude.
I now call I now call upon Stephen Freeland, Interim Dean of the Division of Undergraduate Academic Affairs.
President Shears-Ashby, Provost Van Dolman, it is my honor to welcome the innovative and self-actualized students from Undergraduate Academic Affairs who have each completed all requirements for the degree of either Bachelor of Science or Bachelor of Arts.
Bachelor's candidates in the Division of Undergraduate Academic Affairs. We now present the graduates in Individualized Study. Melissa Adoga, cum laude. Emmanuel Idoko Agaba. Catherine Therese Ataviado, cum laude. Abigail Branowitz. Justin Alexander Coles. Christina Elizabeth Cooper. Shara Cruz. Ariana Johnson. Savannah Catherine Pumphrey. Sarah Renee Robinson. Joy Gabrielle Ware, cum laude.
I guess if you're the last one to walk across the stage, you get to wish everybody congratulations. Congratulations to all of our graduates. Graduates, I now invite you to stand, please. I invite you to participate in a wonderful tradition to symbolize your accomplishments, the turning of your tassels. You're going to go with me from right to left on 3. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations. Congratulations. Now please join me in welcoming the UMBC Jubilee Singers to lead us in the singing of our alma mater. The choir will be conducted today by Janice Jackson, Director of the UMBC Jubilee and Gospel Choirs. After the alma mater, we ask you to remain at your seats. Our program will be concluded by our Grand Marshal, and then the platform party will recess. Please wait to leave until the platform party has left the floor. Please stand if you are able for the singing of our alma mater. The words can be found on the back of your program. You got it?
Together in true unity.
And I must thank again Janice Jackson and our wonderful choir. This is the third time that they have sung that in the last 2 days. And so thank you so very much. That was beautiful. Thank you. I now invite the Grand Marshal, Nancy Kuzmal, to conclude our ceremony.
Will everyone kindly remain standing until the platform party has recessed? Family and friends are asked to meet the graduates outside of the arena. On behalf of the UMBC community, I wish you congratulations, everyone.
Thank you.